Hey everyone, it's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope all is well with you today, and thank you for clicking on this pick a card reading. So today's reading is all about health, what your health is trying to tell you. Okay, I'm going to be shuffling the cards live in just a moment, so you'll be able to pick which card you're drawn to the most, which will take you to your reading. Okay, now the health reading isn't just going to be about physical health, it'll also be about your emotional health as well as your mental health. And speaking of mental health, I've recently been experimenting with some natural nootropics to improve concentration and to boost my energy levels. And I'm currently taking a shot of Magic Mind in the morning instead of my usual black coffee. I'm just not naturally a morning person, and so it does take me a while to get going. But within 40 minutes of taking this, the difference between what I feel with coffee and taking this Magic Mind shot is like night and day. It kicks in really quickly, and at first it does feel like it's almost an excess amount of energy. Like I actually couldn't sit still. I remember thinking when I first tried it, I was like, whoa, it's just like this energy that I'm feeling within my stomach, like I just need to get moving. Whereas usually it would take me so much longer to just feel alert in the morning. But something else about this that surprised me is that it made me more self-aware about my movements, because I can naturally be a bit clumsy, like I just run into things sometimes. It's like I move slower in a way. It's like I'm thinking more before I act, before I speak. So I've definitely noticed an improvement in terms of my impulsivity, but also uplifted because of all the ingredients it has in it. I mean, it really is a powerhouse. Okay, I was quite shocked when I read the ingredients because a lot of these ingredients I'd wanted to try and experiment with. The fact that it has them all in this one shot together really wowed me. It has Bacopa monnieri, which is that natural nootropic that helps with procrastination and impulsivity. Lion's mane to boost clarity and focus. Ashwagandha to decrease stress. Like the list really goes on. Also, by the way, it tastes really nice. I wasn't expecting it to taste so good. It's kind of like passion fruity. It just makes me think of like a tropical island, and I can be quite fussy, okay, with the way things taste. And I love the way this tastes. So if you'd also like to give this a try, you can use my code ZenGuidance to get 56% off your first subscription for the next 10 days. And if you don't get on with it, there is a money back guarantee, so they'll refund 100%, no questions asked. So what have you got to lose? Okay, so let's get into your pile selection. Okay, for your health reading, what is your health trying to tell you? So we have group number 1, which is the High Priestess. Group number 2, Mother Earth. And group number 3, the Shaolin Master. Okay, so take as long as you need to make your choice. Feel free to pause the video here, just get nice and relaxed. And once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. You'll also find a link to my website, so if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that's where you'll find all the information. Okay, so let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Okay, group number 1, let's take a look at what your overall health is trying to tell you right now. And of course, a disclaimer, this reading is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Okay, so make sure if there is anything going on with you specifically to seek out the professional advice that you need, okay? These readings are always entertainment purposes only, but I know some people get very touchy about health readings, but I don't see why health readings are bad in terms of everything else, because again, it's looking at everything, and sometimes it's what we want to know. And I know some of you really do appreciate these readings, okay? So let's see what's going on with your health. Now, I'm also drawn into the fact that you drew the High Priestess energy. It makes me think that there's something kind of going on that you're unsure about, okay? Something that's potentially hidden. Now with community here, there may be something going on with family or children, and they're not for you. Oh, okay, I'm getting stomach aches here now. Like this just feels to me like this fortune cookie is like crumpled over in pain, or doubled over in pain. So yeah, you may be experiencing something going on within your stomach, your intestinal area. Could be having cramps or bloating, or maybe this is like certain foods that aren't agreeing with you right now. Okay, maybe you're aware of certain intolerances, or maybe that's what is a mystery to you. Especially if your diet hasn't changed, you feel like you're eating the same things, doing the same things, similar lifestyle habits that you have. And so you may be in this process of elimination. Like, what is it that is causing me this discomfort? So yeah, this might be something that you're thinking about or looking to experiment with to see, okay, if I cut this particular item out, is that the cause of the problem? And oftentimes that's what we have to do, isn't it? If we're trying to figure out what an intolerance may be or what an issue is, it's like, okay, if you're eating the same things every day, you need to start cutting certain things out to work out what it may be, if of course that is the issue. Okay, but I'm definitely seeing something about this, like I said, crumpling over. But then I'm also picking up joints here, joint pains, because I feel like there's like the crease between the folds of like the hands. Could be like some arthritic pains that you might have in the hands or the wrists, but also the major joints like the elbow, the knees. Okay, you could be having some issues. Maybe this is about inflammation for you, because inflammation can obviously affect so many different parts of the physical body. But it may be that those are those particular areas that feel inflamed, okay? Because I'm seeing something here with the arm as well. Like, see how there's like a mirroring with this arm and then this giraffe's neck? So it's like this extension here. Maybe it hurts to like extend your arm or something. Maybe it's just one arm. It could be the left. Could be the left that's more prominent. It seems to be what's coming through here. Or maybe that's the one that's okay to lift and the other one you have to keep still. But then I'm also drawn into the wings here. So yeah, this could be also physical pains around, like if you were to have wings on your back, like those, would it be the scapula? No, that's, would it be the scapula? No. My A&P from back in the day is not serving me right now. I'm thinking, obviously, clavicle is the front. Scapula? Is it the back? Anybody that knows, please just let me know. But those areas, like I said, if you were to have... So you've got the erector spinae muscles running alongside the spine, but like above, like between the shoulder blade. Shoulder blades. That's what it is. There we go. Shoulder blades. So yeah, those could be some areas of tension, discomfort, maybe a pull even. But yeah, I'm definitely getting something about the knees and the overall joints. Okay. Now this is really random, but I'm just hearing like a piercing, like as in getting like a piercing, a nose, ear piercing, or some kind of, body modification. Could be a tattoo. So it could be that there's some like soreness there, or there's some kind of pain. Okay, I'm just going to see what else is coming through. So far, it feels more physical though. Like I said, this is an overall health reading, emotional, like I said, mental as well as physical. But I'm definitely picking up more physical stuff. So maybe that's more so what you are experiencing at this moment. Okay, let's have a look at the Star Codes deck. But it may just be we haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet. Okay, so let's take a look. Group number 1. What is your health trying to tell you right now? What is your health trying to tell you right now? Okay, so we've got debilitated, discomfort. So yeah, there's definitely something here that is making you feel uncomfortable. Okay, so yeah, which again makes me think about the stomach, or again these joints. Like maybe it's debilitating what you can usually do, like your normal activities. Okay, or again your normal eating or nutrition routine. Okay, something just doesn't feel right. Okay. And then we've got Vesta, Hearth. Okay, I'm just going to make some space here. Okay. Make sure we can get everything in here. Okay. Right. Now, this could also be heartburn, okay? Because both of these is like the twisting, but then there's this focus on the center, which again is making me think stomach, but then also heart, stomach, lungs, like these central focal points of your body. So like I said, it could be like acid reflux for some of you. It could be having heartburn. Again, it feels like very much like indigestion. I really feel like there's something going on with, like I said, what you're eating. Maybe it's just, like I said, as you get older as well, like you can develop certain intolerances that you didn't have before. But maybe this is also, maybe this is something more conscious. Maybe this is something you're focused on consciously. Like maybe you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to just get healthier in some way. So yeah, because they're not for you. I feel like there's something you feel like you want to feel better about yourself. Like whether that's truly just about how you feel health-wise, or whether this is, like I said, more of an aesthetics thing as well, about how you look. But it's like they go very well together, don't they, in combination? Okay, it's like if you look after your health on the inside, it will show up on the outside, and then vice versa. So I feel like there's something you may be thinking about, cutting out. So it could be even something like alcohol or smoking, okay, or something you feel like is no longer serving you or doing you any good. It's like not doing your body good. Maybe it's not doing your mind or your emotions good either. Okay, this could even be, I just had like heartbreak diet as well. So for some of you, it could be off the back of some kind of emotional pain that you've been going through, that maybe you have been a comfort eater, or again, you could have gone the other way. Maybe you restrict eating when you're very upset. Okay, but I feel like, there's some kind of emotionally charged, I don't want to say necessarily issue, it doesn't have to be an issue, but what's the word I'm thinking of? Emotionally charged situation, okay, that has caused this desire in you to want to create a change. Okay, so it could even be like something like you feel rejection, and then that's given you a push to make some kind of positive lifestyle change. Oh wow, look at that. As I said that, we've got the Juno card of partnership. Okay, to come through in a health reading is very interesting, okay? Especially as what I was just talking about, something emotional. So it could be something connected to a partner, okay, that you feel is affecting or impacting your health, whether for good or for bad, okay, and how you view it. But I definitely feel like there's some kind of relationship catalyst here that is affecting your choices, that is affecting, again, maybe even how you feel. Because the thing is, it may not even be that you're needing to make physical changes to what you're eating. It may be that it's actually part of the root cause is emotional for you. And because we store emotions in our sacral chakra, which is the area of our stomach, okay, it's like 2 fingers width below our belly button. That is where our sacral is. So if we've got a lot of emotionally charged situations happening, that can actually in certain ways cause bloating and cause discomfort in that area, especially if you're a very empathic person. You can be picking up on other people's stuff. Like even if your friends are going through something very painful, you could be picking it up and carrying that with you. Okay, so of course, like I said at the beginning, you have to look at the physical, look at the professional, medical, conventional things that you need to do to make certain changes. But personally, I think it's great to use both holistic as well as conventional medicines, therapies, intervention, okay? Because why not use everything at your disposal? But I do feel like, it's either somebody you're currently with, or it's about a couple you're very close to, or this could be just about relationships in general for you, okay? Maybe this is like you're wanting to seek out somebody. Maybe you feel like you need to make changes in order to be ready for a particular relationship, whether this is with someone specific that you know, or whether this is just someone that you are manifesting, or someone you're hoping to be with one day, okay? It feels like a lot of these changes are coming about off the back of this romantic connection. Okay, let's see what else is coming through in your overall health, your physical, mental, emotional health. What messages are coming through that you need to know right now? What messages are coming through that you need to know right now? Wow, so the base chakra does represent the physical. Okay, so like I said, this feels like it's more of a physical reading, group 1. So, I mean, if you've been experiencing, if you're not really getting a lot of physical pains at the moment, if it's more mental, emotional, I mean, of course, if it's making sense, then great, but it may be the other piles might be, I mean, I haven't done them yet, so I actually don't know what's coming through in them, but like I said, this feels more physical to me than anything. Well, that's certainly more of the focus, okay? I mean, it's just the first card, so let's see what else comes through. Oh my goodness, look at this. Spiritual union. This is, yeah, something about a couple here, a relationship. So maybe this is, yeah, if you've split with somebody, like I said in the beginning, that heartbreak diet, okay? So like I said, it's either comfort eating or restricting. And again, this could be stress. This could be the way that you're coping with stress. And again, it's like I'm seeing this expansion and these pains happening because of the stress of this situation where these two people aren't aligned right now or are not together. Authority. It's the card of Aries, Emperor. It's about taking control. So I feel like, I feel like this is about you feeling the need to be in control. Like maybe something in your life I feel like has gotten out of hand. Okay, and I feel like this is your time where you feel like I have to take control of this now. I have to make these positive changes. I have to do things in the right way, okay? I have to feel like I'm in control of myself here. So yeah, if you've been feeling like something has a power over you, again, whether it's an addiction, whether that's to, like I said, an external substance, food, smoking, drinking, even gambling, okay? Because the base chakra can represent our finances as well. So it can be anything that has been, that you feel like has taken a hold over you, where you haven't felt like you're in control of it. It is in control of you. But this is you saying no more. Okay, so I really see you being in such a powerful place right now, Group 1. Even if you're not feeling that in this moment, just know that this is what is coming for you. Okay, this feeling of being in control again. Like, and only you can take control back over your life, over your health, okay? Those things that you do, and it's all about those daily habits, okay, that create the bigger picture. Okay, that make you feel good emotionally, physically, mentally. And I feel like you know the things to do, Group 1. But now is the time to take action. Now is the time to take back control, okay? Oh my God, look, temptation in reverse. What did I say? Here it is. This is the devil reverse. This is, again, all about the addictions that have had a hold over you. But no more. This is letting go. Okay? I feel like this is about also being very mindful about what you are ingesting. Okay? What you are taking in. So again, if this is about food, for instance, if you are a comfort eater or you like, you know, you always lean into sugar or carbs or whatever that might be, and you know that you do it to excess, it's like being in this place of being more mindful about portion control and listening to your stomach when you feel it's full, because it reminds me of, it was one of the places in the blue zones. I'm sure it's Japan. It's a Japanese, I don't know whether it be a town or it's a place. I can't remember the name of it, but they have a saying there, roughly translated to, don't eat until you're full, eat until you are no longer hungry. And that's really stuck with me for quite a long time now, because again, so much of the time we're on autopilot. We're not thinking, like if we're watching TV or something, we're just mindlessly eating. Even when we're not hungry, we're just doing it out of boredom, or again, we're doing it out of comfort. We're not being mindful. But just taking a step back to actually think, do I want this, or do I want any more? And what I've noticed since then, you know, not all the time, sometimes I do, I have to, I love chocolate. Chocolate is one of my weaknesses. And eating a lot of it, but I've had to learn how to control the quantity that I eat. So like sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but that's the thing. It's like healing and changing habits is not a linear process. It takes time to instill new habits and to break old habits. But anyway, even when I'm just eating a meal, I notice now that, like, you know, I'll be eating with my knife and fork, eating, and then instinctively I'll put my knife and fork down on the plate. And I've noticed that it's at that point that I'm actually no longer hungry. I may still have food there and I want to keep eating because it's there, but I'm actually not hungry. So it's like my body told me or tells me that it's not hungry anymore. But it's the conditioning to, oh, I've got to eat everything. Starving kids in Africa, as my parents would always say, and I'm sure plenty of yours did, and yada, yada, yada. All these things to make you continue finishing it. But it's like you don't have to finish it. You can actually save it for later. Or this is the other saying I like, don't treat yourself like a bin. Like if you're not going to eat it tomorrow and it's going to go to waste, like why waste it in yourself as extra calories that you don't need when you can just throw it away? Don't treat yourself like a bin. So those two phrases I feel like are really helpful, and not just about eating, but about anything. Like I said, whatever addictions that you feel have taken a hold of you, it's sometimes just taking a moment to think, do I want this? Like even postponing it helps as well. I did used to be a personal trainer, by the way. So I can actually give advice on this to a point in terms of dietary. Well, not so much dietary. Really, you need to see it as a dietitian is the only person that can actually give you specific dietary advice and meal plans. Okay, but this is just overall, weight loss advice, for instance. But it's all about being healthy. When you start focusing on health, the weight comes off. Okay. Sometimes it's like you can get in your head too much. You over focus on losing weight, but when you just focus on being healthy, that is the key, really. And again, not overdoing it in any stretch. So again, whatever it is, whatever craving it is that you have, again, whether it's to gamble or to drink, to smoke, or even if it's like to text somebody, maybe there's an addiction to a person. Okay. But it's like, say you were going to do it now. Okay, in 5 minutes, I'm going to do this. Say, okay, actually, I'll leave it 10 minutes. Okay, or let's see if I can leave it 30 minutes now. Or an hour, and just keep pushing it back, and you'll realize that craving will go. Okay, one more of these, please, and I will get the fishbowl messages today. Okay, so we have balance. Balance. So I feel like that's just a perfect card to conclude that, okay, with everything that's come through, because that is what you are needing in your life is balance, okay? Balance and moderation. Okay, so it's like you don't even have to necessarily quit something completely, but just reducing something, not doing things to excess, I feel like is your key. Okay, I'm just going to get a couple more. What else is coming through about your overall health and well-being? Messages you need to know. Okay, this one flew out first. Dark hair. Okay, maybe this is that there is somebody you know with dark hair. Maybe that's to do with this love situation. I don't see how this relates to your health, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you've recently dyed your hair darker, or maybe you've been feeling like you want to do that, but yeah, I really don't know what that means. Social media influencer. So this could be you. This could be somebody you're dealing with. It could be that you have been influenced even by somebody on social media to do something positive, okay, to release something in connection to this health situation. We've got friends. So maybe friends again, maybe they are influential, maybe they're helpful. But I do also feel like sometimes as well, when you're trying to give something up, you don't have to tell people. And sometimes it's better not to tell people, especially if you've tried to do it a few times and failed, because it's like other people can doubt you, okay? And energetically, that can actually make it harder for you. So sometimes it's not always easy, of course, if you're with people all the time, they see your habits changing, but try, if you can, not to share it until maybe you've hit a particular marker. We've got 120 days here, which is incredibly specific, okay? But maybe that's the best time frame, okay, before either voicing it, or maybe that's how long it's going to take in total to be free of something or to have created that new habit. We've got today, which I feel like is about starting today, okay? Today, as you're watching this reading, even if you're watching this at night, unless you're just going to sleep now, of course, start it fresh tomorrow, okay? But yeah, be in the mindset today. And this is the thing, it's not even like you have to cut something out completely. Sometimes that can even be harder. It's saying, I can have that if I want it, but do I want it? I feel like that's what you need to ask yourself moving forwards. Do I want this? Okay, now that is weird. We've got friends twice. I didn't even realize that I'd made this card. I didn't know that there were two in the fishbowl. How funny. So friends is clearly a very key message. Now, it can also be the fact that the people we hang around with can influence us naturally, like we can influence the people around us, okay? It's like, again, to come back to food, but just to make it pretty easy, it's like if you are friendly with somebody that is always eating a lot, for instance, or you're the friend that's always eating a lot, you might influence that person to eat more. Or again, vice versa. If you're somebody that's very fit and healthy or going for runs or whatever, it might encourage your other friends to do the same. So I feel like this is about also looking at your friendship groups. And it's not about cutting people out. Maybe for some of you it is. Maybe it's about cutting people out or reducing, seeing certain people. Or maybe it's even, again, like you can see certain people and abstain if they're indulging in activities you don't want to partake in anymore, okay? You have your own autonomy, you can make your own choices. But obviously, it might feel easier for you to minimize the time you spend with certain people if you're trying to cut away from that type of activities or behaviors that are causing you harm, okay? Because even though they may have self-control with it, but you may not, so you have to put yourself first. Okay, now we've got hairdresser. So we've got two cards about hair. Maybe this is like you're noticing something about your hair. Maybe you don't feel like your hair is as vibrant or as full or as lustrous, lifeless. Maybe it's just feeling a bit dull. Okay, maybe, and that's reflected with what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're doing. So yeah, it could be. But it might be for some of you, like getting a new haircut or a new hairstyle or hair color might give you a boost. Okay, you know how I said about the beginning about like looking after the inside reflects on the outside and vice versa? Like sometimes it's just about getting the ball rolling. So maybe even getting like a new hairstyle, getting some kind of external glow up. Like I said, something about a modification here. But that may like send you on the path of doing more good things and more good things for yourself, okay? Now we've got toxic. I mean, so yeah, definitely. I feel like there's something that you have been doing that has been toxic for you. And I feel like you know what that is, okay? It's something that, like I said, is unhealthy. So it's some kind of unhealthy habit or, again, something you've been doing too much to excess. Like, whatever that is, that's what you're being guided to really work on here in minimizing. Again, you don't have to cut it completely. You can even, everyone's different. Some people need to go cold turkey with things. Other people need to slowly cut down. So maybe you've tried different techniques, but they say, I think, even with, what was it? I think it's smoking, that it takes an average of 10 times to actually quit, of like trying and then, you know, to really quit for good. So you just have to see it. Even if you've already tried 8 times, you know, you may just need to try 2 more times and then you've got it. Like, so it's something to think about. We've got artist. So this might be a way that will help you to curb some cravings, okay? Especially if you're somebody that is a natural artist, maybe you're quite gifted and creative in that way. It maybe it's about keeping your hands busy, okay? Because again, a lot of habits are about boredom, you know, about needing to kind of keep moving. So it may be that like having a pencil or a paintbrush in your hand is something that will be very cathartic, healing for you. So you won't feel this same craving or urge to lean into something that's unhealthy for you, okay? So yeah, whatever you feel is creative, I feel like creative outlets will be very helpful, okay? And then we've got new feelings. I don't know, this feels like more of like a new feeling of motivation within you to do better for yourself, to feel better on the inside. But it could be someone else has confessed new feelings for you. Maybe that's something that you are having to process, okay? As a side note, I'm not sure, but clearly it's these new feelings are impacting your health in some way. Otherwise it wouldn't be coming through. So like I said, this could be new feelings of love and of self-respect that you have for yourself. So you're more focused on doing good things for yourself, because the more you focus on self-love, the less you want to do things that are bad for yourself. So, you know, it's a process. It's a process, and it's your process, group 1. And I really hope that this makes sense. I hope it resonates for you. Please do feel free to share in the comments below. I would love to have your feedback if this helped, if it made sense for you. I very much appreciate knowing that it's helped, okay? And I would appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this reading today. Okay, I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Okay, group number 2. Let's take a look at what is coming through in relation to your health. So your overall health and well-being, mental, emotional, and physical. Okay, and just a little disclaimer here, of course, please seek professional medical advice. Readings are not a substitute for this advice. Okay, so seek the professional help and guidance that is needed. Okay, so let's take a look. What's coming through about your health, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical? What are you needing to know? What are you needing to know? Okay, so we have breathe. Between worlds. And new life. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure you can see all of this. Let's put them here. Okay. So, I'm getting a lot of air in this particular reading for you, group 2. A lot of air. I mean, so you could resonate with air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But I feel like maybe this is going to be more of an intellectually focused reading. Maybe this is more about your mental health, okay? Now, of course, this is just the beginning. There may be things that come through, physical, spiritual. But I tend to find with these health readings, there seems to be more of a focus on one area than the other. But we shall see. We shall see what comes through. But so far, this is what I'm seeing here. Something connected to the element of air. So the element of your mind, not the element of your mind, but your mind and what's going on there. So you may be experiencing a lot of anxiety, okay? And I feel like there is a need for you to take some kind of break, okay? To breathe on a situation. So yeah, if there's something, I feel like you're stuck in between here. Stuck between these two different places. So it's like there's a decision that you need to make, okay? Whether it's between two people, to move to two different places, or to change jobs. Maybe it's two different jobs, or it's, again, just two different life paths even, okay? It's like there is this need to move, but at the same time, I feel like that pressure to make a decision is causing you a lot of stress, okay? This is why I feel like this is what's needed, some time away to breathe, okay? Giving yourself even a night to think about it. If someone else is pressurizing you to make a decision, okay, I feel like maybe that's the best thing, is to say, look, I will make a decision when I can. I can't make it right now. I don't know. And especially if you're feeling super overwhelmed, super mentally stressed, it's really hard to be able to make a firm decision that's going to impact your future. Okay, so yeah, it feels like there is a real great need for rest and for sleep. Okay, maybe you've not been sleeping that well at the moment, group 2. That could be one of the issues that you're experiencing here, some insomnia, because I definitely feel like there's a need for sleep. Okay, but of course, if you're suffering with insomnia, it's me just telling you to go to sleep is not obviously going to be helpful, but obviously bringing it to your attention. Okay, this could be, obviously having lack of sleep can have a knock-on effect, can't it, on the rest of your day, you know, and not in the amount of energy you have, in your overall mood, and how you are with other people, in what you're able to get done. So maybe this is about developing a new bedtime routine or something, or maybe this is like you're trying to adjust. Maybe you're trying to adjust your body clock, trying to go to bed a bit earlier, trying to wake up earlier. Could be like, yeah, a need or a want to change your like morning routine, especially if you've been feeling super sluggish lately. There could be some adjustments that you're looking to make so you feel, yeah, more invigorated, more alive, more ready to take on the day. Okay, now, because we've got Mother Earth here, we've got this expansion within like the stomach area. So, I mean, this could be literally about pregnancy. You could be pregnant watching this. You could know somebody that is pregnant, someone very close to you. So it could even be like you're experiencing like symptoms. Maybe you're picking up on what's going on with them empathically for some of you. But this could just be overall bloating, okay? In obviously the stomach area. Like, you know, I said about this air, obviously when the stomach bloats, it's like an excess of wind, okay, an excess of air in the stomach that needs to be expelled, obviously. So it may be that, yeah, you're feeling that at the moment. Maybe you're not sure why, or maybe for some of you, you know why. Maybe your diet's changed, or maybe you carry a lot of stress within the stomach. Okay, could also be something to do with children. Children could be stressing you out at the moment. Okay, whether these are, yeah, like I said, are your children, or maybe you're someone, maybe you're a teacher, you deal with children every day, or maybe you're looking after somebody else's child. Could even be like animals as well that are just playing up or causing you a lot of stress. I just feel like it's like little ones almost that you're having to like delegate things with. But it feels in a way like you are a natural nurturer, okay, a natural mother or father, like you have that, you know, that kindness, that sweetness where you're able to help others. And I feel like that's something you like to do as well, is to be of service. Okay, you may have some strong Cancer in your chart or Virgo, but I just feel like, yeah, there's this need to nurture. Maybe that's something that you are desiring. Maybe you don't have that right now, and that's something that you're longing for. Okay, but it could also be for some of you, maybe you're experiencing a backlash of trying to nurture and then it being kind of thrown back in your face. Whether this is by a child, a teenager, maybe even by a romantic partner, you feel like you're having to parent in some way. And, you know, that itself can feel very uncomfortable, because, of course, we shouldn't have to feel like we have to parent our partners, okay, or have them parent us. That is not a healthy dynamic, okay? But let's just see what else is coming through here. What's coming through about your overall health, please? What messages about your physical, mental, emotional health is coming through that you need to know right now? Group number 2. Okay, so we have Scorpio. Investigates. Okay. Conjunction alliance. I'm just going to adjust my, hold on, a tripod here a second. I'm realizing it's not as high as it could be. We're not getting as much in the shot. Okay. Right, that's a bit better. Just move these flowers a sec. Okay, one sec, guys. So, this could have some connection. Yeah, I really do feel like it's got a connection to two people here, a couple. Like I said, this is you and another person. And I feel like it's somebody you're very close to. Maybe you're not physically close, but I feel like it's somebody that your heart is very closely connected to. Like I said, whether it's a child, a partner, a friend, family member, conjunction is about the two planets coming together in alignment, okay? And I feel like there's like this need to be together, but then also like there's a need to be apart right now. Like, again, with this between worlds, feeling stuck between two places. Like maybe you're not living together right now, or again, maybe you're just not seeing eye to eye with each other right now, which could be causing, again, this need for a break, for a reset, because that's what I see happening here, a reset after this breather, and then things are changing. So maybe you've been thinking about this, should I take a break from this situation or this person? And I feel like it would definitely be very beneficial, okay? Maybe you're already experiencing going through the break, okay? And you're wondering, how is it going to be after we've had this time apart? So it is going to get better, I feel like. There is a transformation underway, okay? Scorpio represents deep regeneration, newness, okay? It's the Death card energy, so it's where there's an ending, there is a new beginning, okay? So it's like, definitely there's going to be a release of a lot of things here, okay? Or maybe one particular thing or one particular person. I'm not sure what that letting go is for you. Hopefully you know what this is, but it's like, maybe it's even your own mentality, perspective, maybe a need to control things, because Scorpio can feel this need to have power, to be in control of things, can be quite obsessive, maybe even hyper-focused on something, but it's like, there's a need to let that go, it feels like. To let go of this need, like I said, to control things, to allow things to flow more like water, okay? Now with Scorpio as well, it can represent surgery, but also teeth, dentistry. So you may also be in a physical way experiencing things like pains in your teeth. Maybe you need to go and visit the dentist. Or, like I said, it might be some kind of elective or non-elective procedure, okay? Whether it's, I don't know, cosmetic, whether it's something something else, obviously, something more to do with your physical health, feeling better. But yeah, it's like maybe even you needing to investigate what's going on with your health leads you to some other milestone in your life with the people around you. Okay, or vice versa, the people around you and what's been going on with them help you to lead you to answers about your health. Okay, it seems like everything is very well connected here. Okay, but what else is coming through? What messages do you need to know about your health, your overall health, physically, mentally, emotionally? Virgo. Okay, so which makes sense because that energy came through earlier. Okay, and also Virgo digest. Virgo does rule the digestive system. Okay, so, but I'm sure I've read somewhere that it also rules the lungs, but it might be Gemini that rules the lungs actually, because Gemini rules the dual things within our body, you know, our arms, our legs, the extremities, but then yeah, like obviously we have 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, etc. So yeah, it might be a bit of both Gemini, Virgo energy, but, and yeah, maybe there's something, it is something going on in your chest. Okay, maybe you're feeling like a tightness in your chest. For some of you, I actually feel like I don't know whether you've experienced this recently or maybe this is something you've had in the past, but where you're trying to sleep and you feel like somebody is sat on your chest, you know, like you've got like a real weight, like it's pinning you down on your chest. So yeah, I mean, it's horrible. I've never experienced that before, but it sounds awful. So I don't know if that even makes any sense for you. Comment below if that actually does resonate. I have no clue if I'm making sense, but yeah, I'm just feeling like the tightness, the heaviness around the chest. So even I just need to take a deep breath. So yeah, it just feels like there's a need for a breather, for sure. A need for a breather. But with Virgo as well, this could be something dietary as well. Okay, looking at what you are taking in your body, especially if you are having some bloating. We did have a bit of that coming through in the previous reading. Okay, group 1's reading. So if you were drawn to group 1's reading as well, like equally, you may want to watch that too. But yeah, it might be that this is like you want to have an overhaul because it's like this new life. It feels like it's something quite drastic. Like this could be even being like going from being a meat eater to a vegetarian or to a vegan. Or going from being a vegan to a carnivore. I don't know. Like it feels like something quite drastic, or like cutting out sugar completely if you're someone that loves sugar, or it feels like I said, it's a big overhaul, it's a big change. So maybe there's been some kind of wake-up call for you recently and you really want to do better, you want to feel better within yourself. Maybe this is about your physical appearance. Okay, maybe you want to look better and you feel like, you know, you're not feeling at your best right now. So this may be that for you, like this is like the energy of cold turkey. Okay, maybe there's some habit or something you've been doing, but it's like, it feels like for you, you may feel like it's better to just, to cut it out completely, not to still have it a little bit at a time or whatever, but to cut it out. Stand your ground in reverse, which is, like giving up something. I really feel like, you're wanting to give something up. And I feel like it's something that has been affecting your mental health. So maybe there is some habit that you've been doing that has been affecting you in a negative way. And again, maybe it's not the actual thing that it is, maybe it's the excess of what it is. Okay, maybe it's something that's made you feel more tired, sluggish, or lethargic, and it's like you feel like it's time for change. Because this is the thing as well, we can adopt new habits as a coping strategy for what we're going through in that moment. So we're going through something painful, we adopt this coping strategy. But then we get over that something painful, we move forwards, but we're left with the habits. We still have it. And that's the issue there. Because then it's like, we don't need that habit anymore because we've gotten through what we were coping with. But then, so maybe this is about adopting new coping strategies for when you are going through these stressful times. I didn't mean to pull 2 then, but we'll take them. So we've got wisdom and we've got emotional withdrawal in reverse. So you may be missing someone, okay, on an emotional level when it comes to your emotional health. Okay, it could be that there is this longing, but again, it kind of feels like a craving. So yeah, maybe for some of you it is an emotional craving for some kind of substance that's outside of you that makes you feel better or that helps you to cope with daily life. Maybe even just to get you through the work day. Because again, we don't realize how these habits build up. It reminds me when I was working in an office quite a few years ago and they had this vending machine, as they do, but I would be snacking. Like, I'm a person, I don't really eat during the day. I'm not like a day eater. I tend to eat at night more than anything. But it's like if the food is around, it's hard not to eat it, isn't it? But anyway, I would start snacking, and I would start snacking every day at like 11 o'clock or between 9 and 11 in the morning. And then like I definitely started to put on weight, and it's like so minimal, you don't see it coming, but I was using those snacks as a reward. And it's so hard. It's so hard. Like I have to fight it every day. Again, not during the daytime. Like I said, I'm not really a day eater, but luckily I work from home now, so I have control. And I've learned a lot of control techniques anyway over the years. But I feel like it's definitely something to just look at your daily life and those habits that you've created and see what can be adjusted, what can be let go of here, okay? Especially if you've moved on from something emotional. But better yet, even if you're still emotionally hooked into something, okay, this is the perfect time actually to find a new positive habit to develop whilst you're trying to remove yourself potentially from this situation. If you're missing, maybe this is about a person, okay? You're missing a person, and maybe you've obsessed over them, maybe you're trying to let them go, and then you lean into habits that aren't good for you to try to distract yourself. So maybe this is the ideal time for you, if you're still there, to, okay, I'm going to lean into something else, develop a positive habit. Okay, now maybe this is connected to doing some kind of learning, studying. Yeah, for some of you, I just had learning a language. So maybe like learning a new language, maybe that's something you're already doing, okay? But it might be like Duolingo or another app. Like they've made them quite game-like, because at the same time, every app, right, wants us to stay on that app. So they're creating it in such a way that is addictive, that keeps us hooked into whatever that is. But obviously, if it's like a learning app, that's a positive thing, okay? Because you're never going to regret learning another language. Or whether it's something else, of course, doesn't have to be a language, but you're never going to think, oh, that was wasted time, you know? You're always going to see that there was a benefit to that, especially if it's something, you know, that can be positive. Now, it may not feel like fun at first, that's the thing. It may take time for it to become fun before you become to start looking forwards to it. Because again, it's like if you don't have a habit, if you never, like I said, had that snack at 11 a.m. in the morning, you wouldn't crave it, would you? Because you're not used to it, you don't experience it. Whereas as soon as you do it once, you can start craving it. And so you may start craving that thirst for knowledge in some way. Okay, let me see what else is coming through. I'm just thinking which... Yeah, I'll get a couple more of these and then I'll get the fishbowl messages. Okay, so what's going on? What is your overall health trying to tell you right now? Mentally, emotionally, physically, what messages are coming through that you need to know? Shadow. Victory and success. And the throat chakra. I'm really not surprised to see that. Okay. Because the throat represents our communication as well as our mind. So yeah, I really feel like the main focus of your reading group 2 is mentally, okay, your mental health. I feel like that's what really needs the most care at this point in time. Even if you've got, like I said, some physical things going on, and of course take care of those things as and when is needed and with the right people. But I feel like maybe even a lot of issues can be stemming from what's going on in your mind, and maybe even to do with, like I said, the way that you communicate, the way that you're being communicated to, okay? So again, maybe you're leaning into things that are helping you to cope if you're being ignored, if you've been ghosted, okay? Or maybe you're repressing saying certain things. But here with Stand Your Ground, it's like yeah, maybe there's this need, like you feel a need to stand up for yourself, to be upfront, to be open and honest, but you feel like in some way you can't. But it's like the repression causes other issues for you that you don't always see. And that's the thing with repression. It's like trying to press a balloon under water, okay, and trying to keep it there. You know, you can keep it there for a certain amount of time, but eventually you're going to fatigue, and what's going to happen? It's going to fly back up out of the water. Okay, you can't repress things forever. Things need to come out, things need to come to a head. So this may be your advice. If there's something you've been holding back from saying, this is your time to be upfront, to stand your ground, to not let other people bring you down, to be upfront. Okay, but again, maybe this is, again, if somebody else is behaving a certain way with you, you can't control what they do, but you can control your reactions to them. And that is the key. And with our mind, we can control our mind. It's not easy though, okay? Especially for somebody that may have anxiety, like yourself. If you do suffer with that, it can be incredibly debilitating. Okay, and it's like telling someone with a broken leg to just heal it, okay? It's not as simple as that. But it is something that can be, and that you can gain control over. You can gain control over your mind. You can gain control over your thoughts. But it's a process. It is a process. But I feel like there is this need for you to, again, it's like you need to make a choice. You want a new life. I feel like for you, group 2, you really, it's like, I feel like you're not vastly unhappy where you are right now, but you're also not particularly satisfied. Like you're not feeling as fulfilled as you would like to be in life. And I feel like you're in this place where you're ready to like make those changes that are going to make your life different, the way that you want it to be, the way that you're picturing it, the way that you're dreaming about it. It's like you know that you need to take action. Maybe you're still confused about how and when to take action or what to take action on. But I feel like there is this need for you. Like you know that it's only you that can change your life. Like you can't rely on anybody else to change it for you or for opportunities to just land in your lap. You know that you have to take strides forwards, to take a leap of faith in order to achieve this victory and success. Okay, and this is also about having a successful mindset. Because again, you're not going to have motivation every day. It's about discipline. Discipline is what will bring you the success in the end. It's delaying gratification so you can achieve in the long term, okay, in the future. Sometimes it's sacrificing things in the present moment so that your future self will appreciate it. That is also a form of self-love. Okay, it's finding balance between doing what you need to in the moment and doing what you need to for your future self. Evaluating your light and dark side here. I do feel like there is this darker shadow side of yourself that may have been coming up lately. I'm getting like intrusive thoughts as well, maybe some quite dark thoughts. So my heart goes out to you right now, group 2, because I do feel like this has been very challenging, and I feel like maybe this is an ongoing battle for you, to have to fight certain thoughts that are arising for you. Like you're always constantly trying to bat away these thoughts. You're trying to focus on the light, but this would really be your advice. Like when you're in the dark, focus on the light as best as you can. It's not easy. Again, I know it's easier for me to say that to you when you're going through it, and even I've done it myself when I've gone to a dark place in my mind, and as hard as it can be, and I say, no, focus on the light, the light, the light. Sometimes though, we need to go into the dark to appreciate the light. So it's not to say we should always run away from it. Sometimes we need to face it, face the deep, dark pits of, the hardest parts of our mind, our psyche, and what's going on there, maybe what's in our heart, to acknowledge that, to face it, but then again, not to repress things. That balloon is going to fly up whether you like it or not, okay? So sometimes accepting this as well and saying, okay, this is a part of me. This is something that happens from time to time. I go to a dark place, but I don't have to remain in the dark place. And I think that's the key here, okay? You can pull yourself out of it, and only you can pull yourself out of it. Nobody else can do that for you. Okay, let's just get some fishbowl message advice messages for you about your overall health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay. So we've got, I miss your face. So yeah, it could be somebody that you are missing very much at this time. You know, that is, maybe that's where your mind is a lot of the time. Human rights, fashion industry. I'm not sure what these have to do with your health exactly. Maybe like buying some new clothes or something is helpful. Like maybe this helps to like get you in a new zone. I mean, because I truly believe that as well, like clothes, like they have an energy about them. And it's like the clothes that we wear, the color that we wear on a chose particular day, make a difference and an impact to our mood, to how we feel. So maybe this is about, maybe changing the way that you dress, or maybe if you're not somebody that gets dressed first thing in the morning, maybe this is about changing that in terms of your routine. I definitely see your routine going through an overhaul right now. Okay, maybe there is something connected to like the greater good as well, because of that wisdom card actually. I feel like, even though this may not feel like a constellation to you right now, group 2, but I feel like what you're currently going through, you will be able to help others through the same thing later on, because you will succeed. You will come out of this, what you've been going through, this very heavy mental energy. Like you are not bypassing this, but you are moving through this energy now. Okay, and you will be able to help other people. And I already feel like you're somebody that does help other people a lot. Like your love language may be acts of service. Okay, I just feel like you're somebody that people look up to, people get advice from. Like you're very good at giving people advice, very, very gifted at that, I feel, group 2. But it's like, and it's hard because sometimes I get the sense you feel like you're a bit of a vessel for like experimentation or suffering. Like it's like, oh, okay, I have to go through X, Y, and Z so I can help others through it later on. But it's obviously not pleasant for you to have to go through. But you know, you will be rewarded. Okay, karmically, you will be rewarded for the good deeds that you do. Okay, it all comes back around again. Battle. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this is this internal battle that goes on within your mind. Okay, and again, maybe this indecisive part or something you're trying to make a decision on has been causing you a lot of stress. But again, remember that card of breathe. Like that's what you need to do when you're confused, you don't know what to do. You don't need to make a decision when you're stressed. Wait until you feel calmer. Okay, we've got charming. Now, I feel like that's connected to communication with the throat chakra. So maybe you have a naturally charming way about the way you communicate. Maybe this is about adjusting the way that you communicate. If you don't feel like you're an effective communicator, this may be that you need to work on that, okay? Because obviously the way you communicate massively affects the way that you are received and the way that, you know, the to and froing of communication goes. So if you're wanting, you know, positive interactions, maybe you're somebody that's very blunt, or maybe maybe the other way, maybe you're too shy, you're not speaking up, being confident enough, or like I said, maybe you're too confident, not giving someone else a room to breathe in some way. So yeah, it's sometimes like silence as well. That's the thing, silence itself can be very charming. Okay, it can be very alluring to people. Okay, because there's a certain air of confidence you have when you don't feel the need to speak. And again, it's not about being too shy to speak, it's about not feeling the need to prove something by talking. And I don't know what that means for you specifically, but I hope it's kind of resonating. Okay, so we've also got body language, and then avoid this energy. So yeah, I really feel like there's something about the way that you are being received. Like maybe this is where your anxiety is stemming from. Okay, maybe you're worried about, how you're being received by other people, or maybe by just one particular person or one particular group. But I feel like you are being guided here to avoid picking at yourself like this, because it's like when you get anxious and you get nervous around certain people, if you don't feel like you're good enough as well, especially, it's like you can almost become hypervigilant about yourself. Like you're not natural. You're becoming so anxious, like you might be so focused about what you're saying, what you look like, what you're wearing, all of these other things that most other people are not really caring about, but it's like you're so over focused on them because of the anxiety. It's sending you there because maybe you experienced this before where you said something out of place and you were shunned for it, or you wore something that, I don't know, again, you were shunned for, or something about not fitting in. Okay, group 2, I'm getting that sense, like, but it may not be, it might have been from such a long time ago, but there's still a part of you that holds on to that, and you just don't want to be rejected. Okay, I mean, nobody wants to be rejected, of course, but I really feel like that's something that at points holds you back, group 2, this fear of rejection. And I feel like, again, you're being guided to avoid that, okay, to not worry so much in terms of what other people think, to be your true self, because nobody is perfect. Nobody's always going to say the right thing or do the right thing. And also, people that come across charming always with everybody isn't always a good thing. Okay, it can sometimes, and I say sometimes, be a bit of a narcissistic trait, okay? Especially if it's superficial charm and they can just get along with people, everybody, and they're always they're always charming and hilarious. Like I said, for some people, it's just a coping mechanism, okay? But like I said, there's a shadow side to it as well. So just because somebody appears very charming doesn't mean that they're a nice person, okay, on the inside. Doesn't mean that they are who they say they are. Doesn't mean that they're charming and witty as well with everybody. I just feel like this is about you putting that focus more into you instead of the external, instead of other people, instead of what other people think or how other people view you. Okay, to focus more on how you view yourself, how you feel about yourself. And of course, take your time if you want to, work on self-improvement. If you do feel you need to work on your communication style, nothing wrong with that. If you want to improve in what you're wearing, you want to level up, or you want to make an adjustment, you want to learn new things, okay? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you want to do, put that energy into you and it will reflect outwards. Other people will feel drawn and attracted to you because of this. Okay, I really do hope that this resonates with you. Please feel free to share below. If it did, we'd love to have your feedback. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link is also below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Okay, group number 3. Let's take a look at what's coming through about your health, the messages that you need to know. Okay, and just a quick disclaimer, of course, for any mental, emotional, physical problems, please see a professional medical professional. Okay, these readings are not a substitute for professional medical advice. Okay, so let's get into the reading. What is coming through about your health that you need to know? Okay, we have By the Book, Treasure Island, okay, we've got Yin. Okay, I'm getting like a softness here. Now, I'm not sure what that means in relation to your health just yet. Now, this could be speaking to your emotions. This could be more of an emotionally charged reading for you. Especially with the Treasure Island, we've got the sea, we've got all that water there, and then the Yin, which is the divine feminine from the Yin and the Yang side. And see, I've got that beautiful like piece of pink fabric, very floaty, very soft, very feminine. Maybe these are feminine issues, okay, feminine issues that you might be experiencing. This could be like period pains, reproductive pains, could be pains about conceiving a child. I mean, we've got the mother, father and baby elephant here in this card. So this could be about family, like the family you're in, family you were born into. Okay. But then even this Shaolin Master, which is be graceful in movement and action. So this might actually even be a card of advice. Like, the best way for you to handle yourself moving forwards is to be graceful, to be slow. Because when you're graceful, you're taking your time. So maybe you've had a propensity to rush in the past, okay? To move too quickly into things, too quickly out of things. Like maybe you're naturally a bit clumsy, okay, or accident prone, And just by slowing down and being more bodily aware, you can reduce the amount of accidents and clumsiness that happens to you. Okay, it's not something you have to stick with. Sometimes it's just about moving too quickly. So this may be your message to slow down. Slowing down a little bit may be something very beneficial. Now, maybe this is in context to relationships again too. Maybe you're somebody that gets very emotionally attached quickly. Maybe you catch feelings very quickly. So you'll be still in that context, you're being guided to slow it down. Slow it right down. Don't allow things to move too quickly. You know, if someone else is pressuring you to move too quickly, tell them to back off. Instill your boundaries. Okay, make sure that people around you are respecting your boundaries. Okay, that's also very key here, I feel like, because I get the sense that you're a very sweet person. Maybe you're a natural people pleaser. You just like to make people happy. It's giving me Libra energy. Okay, like I feel like you don't like conflict. You know, you're conflict averse and you just want everyone to be happy. You're more of a peacekeeper. Okay, that's your overall energy. So maybe you're not even feeling in that way, especially if you've been in arguments or things recently. It's it doesn't feel like that's where you're meant to be. It doesn't feel like that's where you fit in. You feel like you're meant to be more of, like I said, the peacekeeper. You just want everybody to be happy. But then sometimes it's like your boundaries end up being crossed because you're so nice and you want everyone to be happy. So it's about finding that you can have power in being sweet, in being graceful. Okay, you don't have to remain a people pleaser and not be a nice person. You can be a nice person and not be a people pleaser. But it may be more of being more of a nicer person to yourself first, rather than bending over backwards to make everybody else happy. Okay, we need some more information. I'm just thinking which deck. I'm gonna have a look here. So what is your physical, mental, emotional health trying to tell you right now? What is your physical, mental, emotional health trying to tell you right now? Ceres, nurture. See, again, look at all the softness. We've now got flowers coming through. Yeah, it's a lot of feminine energy. I feel like you're very in tune with it right now. So maybe you're taking some time off. Maybe you're watching this whilst you're on holiday or something, whether you're on a vacation far away, or maybe you're just at home taking time off work. Maybe you're visiting family even. Something about, I'm not seeing any work here or having to do anything quite physical or something that's exerting. It feels more, like I said, soft, being around women or being around family, being around children, needing, to nurture children, nurture family, nurture the feminine side of yourself. It all feels, like I said, the word soft is what's coming through. Capricorn. So you may resonate with Capricorn energy in your chart. And then we've got transits, climates. Okay. So let's make sure you can see everything here. Now Capricorn is very much the opposite of everything else that has come through here. That's why I was quite surprised when it came through. But this is about achieving, okay, your goals, your desires. Okay, Capricorn doesn't give up. Okay, Capricorn fights to the bitter end. Okay, maybe this is somebody that you're dealing with. Maybe somebody of Capricorn nature is pressurizing you to do more, because Capricorn is the workhouse, or workhorse rather, will just keep going and going and going. Whereas maybe they're trying to fit you into this box that you're the same, but it's you're not. That's the sense I get. You can. It's not that you can't work hard. Maybe this is that you've already worked hard. You've spent so much time working hard, and this is your time now to relax, to give yourself a break in some way. I still feel like this is more of an emotionally charged reading, because even here with this transit, see how they're in the fetal position, and there's this sphere that's they're sort of cuddled around, and this is I don't know, it's giving me sacral chakra energy, which again is connected to our emotions. But then it's like, I don't know, I'm feeling like something about your confidence here. I'm feeling like there is definitely movement. Movement in your life, movement, maybe even your emotions. I mean, emotions are always fluctuating and changing. They're never stagnant or staying in the same place. Maybe you're feeling particularly moody, okay? Because that's more of what I'm getting here. Like, I'm really not getting much physical. So it might be your physical health is good. It might be I haven't picked it up yet if there is a problem. So I'll keep going. And obviously if there's something coming up, I'll let you know. I just picked up actually headaches, like third eye pain, like something a bit like pain between your eyes. That might be something that you experience. Okay. But let's see, what else is coming through? What's coming through in your reading, please? Your health reading. What messages do you need to know about your health? Overall, your physical, mental, emotional health. What do you need to know? Intuition. Okay, just as I said about the third eye, this is the third eye card. Okay, your connection to your intuition is incredibly strong. And that is as well the feminine side. So yeah, I really feel like this is very more of an emotional / spiritual reading. Spiritual union in reverse, okay. And again, there's this connection to the head. So yeah, headaches might be a physical symptom of something. Temptation. We've got double Capricorn here. So it could be work is actually causing you stress, causing you emotional stress. Because both of these can represent the 10th house of work and career. So yeah, it may be like career is causing you stress, or maybe this is like a change. Maybe you're needing and wanting a change in your career. Maybe you're sensing that there's something new on the horizon for you. Okay, but then it's like you see this new beginning, but then you bat away, like you keep looking away from it. Like maybe this is like some repression. Okay, refusing to move on something, like you know it's time to move, but you may not feel ready to move just yet. You may not feel ready to take action, but I feel like you're being called to know that the only way you're going to achieve is to take action, even if they're just little baby steps every day. Okay, that's, you can achieve the bigger picture in the end. But it's something that's quite heavy, because everything else that's come through, like I said, it's been lighter, softer, more feminine, but these two in particular, very heavy, very heavy. Like they could be more going on, like what's going on within your mind as well, because that's where obsession lies in the mind. The temptation, craving things, lies in the mind. Of course the body will crave certain things as well, but in terms of this something unhealthy, I feel like this, yeah, and there's like this ball here, like you're seeing something here that you know you need to let go of, okay? You know you need to let go of something and move forwards towards something else, okay? And I feel like this is where there's a need for peace here. There's a need to withdraw into your feminine. That is the way forwards for you in some way, group 3. Maybe you've been thinking, oh, I need to reach out to somebody, or like if this is about a relationship here, we've got the spiritual union card, which is like the 2 of Cups reversed. So maybe this is like a split. Maybe you feel like I need to tell them how I feel, or I need to explain myself or something, but I feel like you're being guided to hold back. Like there isn't as much of a need to communicate as you may realize at this time. It's like there needs to be more of a focus on you, more of a focus on your own personal dreams and goals. And I feel like this is really about nurturing you and the people closest to you. Releasing people that were no longer serving you, okay? Or no longer positively impacting you. People that were bringing you down energetically. Yeah, I really feel like there's a need for self-love nurturing here, group 3. I really do, okay? Because I feel like out of all of the groups, you are the one that has sacrificed the most, okay? Certainly in this time, okay? And when you're watching this, I feel like I said, your natural way is to be a people pleaser. You just want everybody to be happy, harmonious, and you'll do what you can to keep the peace. But sometimes, like I said, it's at the detriment to yourself, at your own expense. And I feel like this is about you deciding to put you first now, okay? And to focus so much on self-love, what it is that you really want out of this world, what you want out of your future, what you want in the present moment. You know, doing things like going to a spa, having a massage or a facial, or having a long bath, or going swimming, or going to the gym, going for a run, or redecorating, decluttering your home, okay? Anything that's going to make you feel good. Okay, I feel like this is what you need more than anything at this time, group 3. To focus all that love that you're sending outwards to others, to yourself. Okay, and of course the others, you know, certain family members, especially children, you give your unconditional love to. Okay, but you know, in terms of like romantic relationships or friendships, if you feel things are one-sided in some way, it's time to withdraw. Okay, focus on the things that you can achieve, that you can take control over, and release those things that aren't within your control when it comes to like other people, for instance, okay, and their decisions and what they want, and to listen more to your intuition, okay, because it won't steer you wrong. Okay, your intuition is very clear right now as well, okay? Even though you may be getting some headaches, sometimes that can be a symptom of the third eye being blocked, but I don't feel like that's the case for you. If anything, I almost feel like it's a bit of a signal to make you aware that there are messages coming through and that you need space to focus on yourself so that you can intuit these messages. Because when you're too busy focusing on everybody else and what they're doing, what they need, you can't intuit those messages quite so easily. You need time, you need space. Give yourself a break, group 3. It really feels like you need it, okay? Because maybe this is, well, maybe it's not about family you've been running around after. This could be people at work, okay? And you're picking up the slack of other people not doing as much. And again, maybe this is at home. Maybe you're constantly picking up after your kids or after your partner, and you feel like you're depleted because you're the one doing. But it's time, like I said, for you now, group 3, to be in your feminine, to do less, to let others do more for you. And what did I say? We've got the fertility card here, the Empress, and then the Prosperity Begins card. Wow. So yeah, like I said, look, this is you getting into your feminine energy. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female watching this, okay? This is the energy of right now. When it comes to your overall health and well-being, there is a need to connect with the feminine. So whether this could even be with your own mother, okay, or with your children, there is a need to connect, but there is a need for internal growth, okay? Because the Empress here is reaping the rewards. She is not out there slogging her guts out to get everything. She's the queen. She receives. She opens her hands to receive, okay? You can't receive if your hands aren't open, okay? So this is your time now to be more open, more receptive. Because again, the masculine is active, taking action. It's the feminine that receives. Okay, and again, it's not to say you need to be in this energy all the time. Of course, there are times you need to be in your masculine. There are times you need to output energy. You need to do things. But at this moment in time, for the benefit of your overall health and well-being, it feels like, yeah, this is your time to step it back a little bit, to relax, put your feet up, let other people come to you, let other people do things for you. Okay, luxuriate a little bit. Like I said, treat yourself, okay? If you don't feel like you've been treating yourself lately, like I said, book in, have something, do so, or even if it's something small, buy yourself some flowers, okay? Do something that's going to lift your vibration, something that's just for you, okay? Because you deserve it, group 3, you really do. And then we've got Prosperity Begins, okay? Which shows some beautiful new beginning on the horizon here. And see how we've got the two hands placed on top of one another? Both hands are technically open. They might be face down, but they're still open to receive the abundance coming in. So for some of you, this could actually represent pregnancy. Okay, you could be pregnant. your partner could be pregnant, or somebody very close to you could be pregnant. Okay, these are two very strong indicators of pregnancy, but also growth. Okay, so if it's not kids you're wanting, or is on the horizon for you, this can be a new work opportunity. Okay, this can be wealth that is building here. This can also represent your physical health as well. It's one of the more physical cards that have come through here in your group. Okay, so this could be an improvement in your physical health if you have been having certain ailments, which again I've not seen so much in this reading here, but maybe, like I said, you might have them, but they're not as pressing on you as these other things that are coming through here. And again, maybe it's that you focus on yourself and pains will dissipate. Okay, because this is all about your security with the base. The prosperity begins. It's like the Ace of Pentacles, okay, which can represent our finances as well as our health, but also our home and security, our self-esteem. So yeah, I feel like there's an improvement in all of these areas for you, where you feel safer. You feel like you're in a more secure place than you've been in a long time. Okay, so just know, if you're not feeling that way right now, group 3, you will moving forwards. Okay, there is positive growth here. There is this chance for a new beginning. There is, but there is a need to let go of something as well that has been causing you a lot of pain. Okay, let's get some fishbowl messages. Your health reading, please. What's coming through that you need to know? Your overall health reading. Okay. So we have, you let me down, speak your truth, crying, 60 days, and online dating. Okay. I might just get a couple more, because I usually take a couple more than this. So one sec. All right, what do we have? Cancel and April. I mean, you could be watching this in the month of April, okay, because obviously it's a timeless reading. But this could be something big is going to change in the month of April. So the next April from when you're watching this. And we also have two time frames here, 60 days as well. So maybe, yes, something specific is going to happen in 60 days. Maybe you'll get pregnant. Maybe you will conceive or give birth, for instance. And again, doesn't have to be to a child. This could be to a new idea, to a new career path, to a new home, to a new form of income, source of income. So yes, 60 days is very key here for you. Okay, so maybe this is also just some reassurance so that you know it won't take long. Okay, this new beginning, this new venture that's going to bring you that sense of security, it's only 60 days away, which is 2 months, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that long. Okay, it's like when you think about how quickly a year flies by, 60 days is really nothing. Maybe this is even like a target goal you have, like the next 60 days, like what I'm going to achieve within the next 2 months. Okay, and maybe like casting out a plan as to what you want to do and being quite strategic about it. Okay, again, maybe even having to block in some rest time. Maybe if your schedule's been so chock-a-block all the time, filled with busy work, maybe this is like canceling certain things, like reassessing your life and saying, like, what can I let go of? What is no longer serving me? What is bringing me down? What things am I doing that aren't necessary, that are a waste of time, or they're not allowing me to be in my feminine, or they're not allowing me to rest so much. Okay, so it's like there's a need for some kind of adjustment here. Okay, maybe online dating for some of you. Maybe you like, this is like canceling, deleting the dating apps and saying, you know what, I'm just going to focus on me right now. I don't want to focus on people I don't know. I don't want to focus on meeting anybody yet. I just want to focus on me, myself, and I, or the people that are already in my life closest to me. So maybe this is even canceling a particular date, or a connection with somebody you met through online dating. For some of you, it could be the other way around though as well. Like maybe you've never tried it, or maybe you haven't done it in a while, and this might be something you decide to do. Again, maybe in the month of April. Maybe you decide to initiate and create a new profile, and you start to put yourself out there. Okay, again, if you see that as a form of self-love, for some people it's a form of self-love, getting themselves out there, giving it a go. For other people, it's the opposite, okay? When they can't feel good at all on their own or within themselves. They have to constantly be finding someone to replace, okay? So they don't ever end up alone. That's coming from a place of low self-esteem. Okay, so whichever you think for you, okay, obviously it's a personal thing. So we're all on our personal journeys here. So how you think about online dating, and maybe, you know, how you think about it now will change by April or by 60 days from now. Time will tell. Maybe you're fed up of being let down, okay? Maybe you've had too many letdowns and you feel like it's time, like, I don't want to deal with these people anymore. Or maybe this is, again, you being such a lovely person, such a kind, caring person, someone that has compassion for others, somebody that really puts themselves in others' shoes, okay? Like, instead of, you can still be that way, but decide, but I'm not going to allow somebody to overstep my boundaries or to be rude or disrespectful. But it doesn't mean you have to be nasty, you know, but it means you're putting yourself first, speaking your truth. So maybe this is like you gaining more confidence in yourself to speak up and to say, you know what, I don't accept this, or I don't want to put up with this, or I'm out of this situation, I'm not interested. Because we've got crying here as well. Obviously crying is an emotional expression, okay? So maybe there is a need for an emotional expression. Maybe you haven't received an emotional expression from somebody you care about, so you decide to walk away. Okay, but crying as well, like if you have been repressing tears, don't do that anymore, because crying is such a powerful tool to help you calm down. There are enzymes within tears that actually soothe and calm us physiologically. So there is a purpose to them. So when you repress them, it's like you're stopping yourself from calming down effectively. So allow the tears to flow. If you feel them building up, allow them to flow. You know, if you struggle to express to other people, just find a space, a quiet space, the bathroom, wherever. Just give yourself time to let those tears flow. Okay, because that's part of you being authentic. Okay. So anyway, this is what I see for you. I really do hope it resonates. Please do feel free to share with me below if it does. Would love to have your feedback. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.